On this week's episode of BJ in the Morning, we're taking it back to 1992 with Wayne's World. Welcome back to BJ in the Morning. I'm Juan.
And I'm Brendan.
And this is your favorite Dirty Name podcast with even dirtier takes on movies, TV, and pop culture. I'm Juan.
I'm Brendan.
And I'm Juan.
And I'm Brendan.
And you know what, Brendan?
What, Juan?
Party on, Brendan.
Party on, Juan. Just in case you forgot our names.
We're talking about Wayne's World.
We are talking about Wayne's World. But first, good job getting through our new intro.
It was rough.
It was like 17 takes.
It
wasn't 17. He did it on the second take. Good job.
It felt off.
I feel like every time we've changed the intro, you're the one who gets to do the first run.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
It's pretty good job.
Thanks,
You did great.
Thanks.
You did great.
We've only been doing it for 3 years.
Yeah, going on 4.
But today is a very special episode.
It is.
Because we're talking about 1992, which is the year that Kings were born.
Kings were born, or Jokers were born.
And
couple lame-ass kids were born in 92. Not us, other ones.
We also decided to talk about a movie that we've seen. Mm-hmm. And a movie that we've seen a lot.
A lot, yeah. I honestly put it on the drive here just to listen to it on the way here.
And we've seen it a lot together as well.
Yep.
And that's Wayne's World.
Wayne's World. Party time, excellent.
A gun rack.
A gun rack.
A gun rack.
I don't even own a gun, let alone miniguns that would necessitate an entire rack. What would I do with a gun rack?
So, with that said,
with a gun rack,
I hope that everyone who is joining us has seen Wayne's World. Mm-hmm. To enjoy our reminiscence of Wayne's World.
Yep.
Together.
Yeah, and this is the first episode in our, I don't want to say rebranding, because we're not really rebranding, we're just kind of structuring.
Just doing a new thing.
So this is our first episode of movies we have seen, while we go through every year of movies since 1992 until... When did we stop? 2023? That's our cutoff right now?
I think so.
So 30 years of movies. So we are starting with one that we have both seen, like you said, but also one that kind of was like an inspiration to the podcast in a way. Because we always had this dream of making a show like Wayne's World. Mm-hmm. And it kind of, I mean, in the 90s, that made sense.
Yeah.
In the 2020s,
not so much.
Podcasting is the new TV.
Yeah.
So why don't we start with a little bit of like nostalgia, right? Because this is one of those movies that has been out the entire time we've been alive. Uh-huh. It came out in February 1992 on Valentine's Day. So this movie technically is older than us by a couple months.
Wow.
But that means this movie is 33 years old.
Yeah.
34 almost, right?
Yeah, I'm about to be 34 in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks. So this movie has been around our entire lives, much like a lot of movies from the past, right? Mm-hmm. But what a way to start with something like this. Can you imagine or can you reminisce back into like maybe your first memories of this movie?
Yeah, the first time I ever watched this movie, me and my dad...
Great guy, your dad.
Great guy.
What a guy.
Great guy.
What a guy.
Jeez. We went to Blockbuster.
Nice.
And we rented Wayne's World 1 and Wayne's World 2, which came out in 1993, by the way, on DVD.
On DVD. So this was in the 2000s then.
Yeah. So I was a late bloomer to the Wayne's World. Mm-hmm.
At least from your first memory of it, right?
I mean, I seen Wayne's World like on SNL and when they would do stuff like that in the past, but as far as watching the movie, I didn't watch it until it was on DVD. Mm-hmm. And we rented these movies from Blockbuster, watched them both, and then I continuously watched them over and over and over and over and over until we never returned them, and we had to pay
a lot
of money.
You still owe on those late fees.
Sorry, Blockbuster, but those movies are mine now.
Where are you at, Blockbuster?
Yeah, where are you at? Look where you're at now. I got your movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was my introduction to Wayne's World. If any memory of watching it before that, which maybe I have, maybe I haven't, it's like not there.
Yeah.
Like this is the core memory of us keeping these movies after not returning them back to Blockbuster.
Right. I think for me, like the first time I remember watching this, and it's going to be really funny. It's going to all tie together. I don't remember watching it before you and me hung out at your old house near where I live now. And you were like, you should come over and watch these movies. And it was like the first time I had ever been to your house. Mm-hmm. And if you think about it, like that first house, that was a long time ago. Mm-hmm. Like, cause most of the time that I've known you lived in apartments, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, we don't even get into the history of it. But I remember like going to your house to watch Wayne's World. We were probably in 7th grade. Mm-hmm. And I remember like the house was dark and like everything was, I had never been there before. And I was like, I'm a little creeped out. Like it's the first time we're hanging out at your house. And your brother must have been a baby.
Probably about 3
in 7th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little one.
Yeah.
But it was just like, you're like, you need to watch this movie. So I don't remember watching the movie. I just remember us talking and like hanging out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I also think it was on and then we were like, let's go ride bikes.
I got a scooter too.
Yeah. Cause we did a lot of playing outside, but I think I ended up watching that movie pretty quickly after that moment. And then you and I would just quote it to each other for the next 3 years of school.
Yeah.
Cause we always had a class together until you switched schools like an asshole.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like the first time I remember seeing the movie. And I think we only got to when they get to the donut shop, you know? So like through the Bohemian Rhapsody scene.
Yeah.
So, that's the first time I remember, like in my head, I can remember watching
First time ever.
Yeah. Wow. What a pull.
What a nostalgic memory lane. Nostalgia stuff.
We're just repeating things 3 times today. But what about this movie like really stood out to you as a kid, or like why did it stick with you throughout all these years?
I think like that style of comedy was just hit different in the 2000 era. You know what I mean?
Group
That's not what we were used to getting.
Yeah.
I felt like we were going into a world where like memes were starting, you know, like they weren't called memes at the time, but we had like E-Bomb's World and some like just
Mini Clip
weird,
and Newgrounds.
random comedy. And it was like this comedy felt so structured in a way that Mike Myers and Dana Carvey created these characters and became these characters, which is what acting is. But I mean, like, it was just different.
Yeah.
You know, like the fact that they became those characters through and through made the comedy hit better because it didn't feel like a joke. It felt like that's how that dude is.
Yeah. And we've all known a dude like that.
Yeah. And it's like, it could be like the smallest joke, but just the way that they deliver it is just so funny. Like everything in that movie to me is so funny.
Yeah.
You know? So at the time of watching it, like I said, it was an older style of comedy, but it hit better for me watching it later and not being like exposed to that kind of comedy like from before. You know what I mean?
I'm going to touch on like why I think it stuck with me and the next topic on, or the next little bullet point on our list, which is what we expected this time. Because we both rewatched this recently, I'm guessing, as recent as possible, right? Like I said, I was listening to it on the drive here. And something I realized by listening to it and not watching it is that, and I'm sure we've talked about this in the past, you and I, but this movie, you can clearly tell that it's just a group of SNL skits lined up to make a story, right? Like every couple minutes, there is a setup for a joke, and then it pays off with a joke, and then they move on to something else. And I think that resonates not only with our brains, but it can still resonate with kids today because it is such short form content in a long piece, right? Yeah. So it's got this overarching story, but everything from A to the end, from the start to the end, is joke, 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 right? It's joke, setup, the joke, the payoff, everything works out. And it's really quick little moments of time that, like, Garth is building a robot arm for why. And it's just so they can talk about one detail of the plot and then move forward. But him building the robot arm doesn't need to be there, but it's funny. Yeah. And you're just like, who is this guy? Right. Right. Or when they get to like Groundworks and he builds the little zapping thing to get by. Why? Because it's funny. But every moment in this, it's a small little like snippet of time. But when you piece it all together, it makes sense. And I think that's why I liked it as a kid, because there's quotable moments every 10 seconds. You know what I mean? There's something to quote within the first 5 minutes of this movie. But
this movie was an original SNL skit.
Right, and that's why I brought that up.
And the people from SNL made this movie. So it's not like it was picked up.
Right. Like Lorne Michaels was a producer on it.
Yeah. Like, so it's not like it was picked up by a big movie production company and everything changed. Like they all had
like the plot of the movie.
Like the plot of the movie. So they all had a major hand of keeping the characters and the movie to its original like idea. You know what I mean?
And I think it works. And the comedy style between like Mike Myers and Dana Carvey works really well in these small moments. And then Rob Lowe there as the villain really works out. But every character in this movie feels like they have a place. And I think that's really awesome. And you can kind of tell that it was a group effort, despite some of the things that might have been going on behind the scenes. I don't know if you've heard all the stories of how Mike Myers is on a set. He's very, this is my show, do it my way kind of guy. But it doesn't come through in the final product. But yeah, that's how I feel about this movie. I think, like nostalgically, it's one of my favorites, and I think it's still fun to watch. So
yeah. I mean, it's always a fun watch. If you haven't seen Wayne's World,
we're gonna spoil it right now.
I was about to say turn off our podcast right now, but don't do that.
No, finish the podcast.
Finish this episode at least.
And make sure that you go and follow us on all our social media accounts like TikTok and Instagram at
BJ in the Morning _.
And if you're watching on YouTube, which you should be, because it'd be really cool. But also, thanks for listening on any of your podcast listening apps. You should make sure you hit that follow or the heart or leave a 5-star review and tell us something you like about the podcast.
And the YouTube is BG in the Morning podcast.
I was getting there. But if you're going to go over to YouTube, make sure you're subscribing to the channel, because we want those numbers to go up, and like the video and maybe share it with a friend. Yeah. And yeah.
It's like people only do things because they get paid. And that's just really sad.
So Wayne's World is like we said just now, a bunch of SNL skits put together. Right. But the plot altogether is Wayne's World, Wayne and Garth, they're making their show in their basement.
Mm-hmm.
They somehow got a spot on TV already.
Right. It's a public access, right? So they pay to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
And so everyone loves, I was about to say BJ in the Morning, Wayne's World.
And BJ in the Morning.
Everyone loves Wayne's World, and it's a big hit in Aurora, Illinois. So then Rob Lowe's character, can't remember his name, Benjamin, sees them on the telly.
While he's taking his moment with a lady friend,
with the woman.
Yeah,
with the woman.
He's being a douche. He's being a big douche.
He's like, well, let me take this business call.
The moment though when he turns the TV off while she's enjoying it and just goes, to start making out. I'm like, disgusting. Like Rob Lowe, especially like seeing Rob Lowe nowadays. But yeah. Anyways, keep going.
So Rob Lowe and
Benjamin
and
Noah.
Yeah, Noah's Arcade.
It's cool. It's hip. It's Noah's Arcade.
They go to hire or buy Wayne's World for to
advertise on their show, basically.
Right.
Because it's cool and it's hip. It's Noah's Arcade.
And it's Noah's Arcade.
Yeah.
So they weren't essentially going to be a show of their own. They were going to be advertisement for Noah's Arcade. And also, it was like a big deal that Noah...
I don't even think that's his name.
No, probably not. Was on the show, right?
Yeah, so every week that he could go on the show and talk about new arcade games.
Right. So then they start...
Noah
Vanderhoff. So then they try to change the show, and they're changing it, and they got this huge set, and they want them to do ads. They want them to wear product or do product placement. They want them to do...
We will not bow down to any sponsor.
all kinds of stuff that they don't want to do.
Until they're so fed up that they quit.
Quit.
Wayne quits.
Yeah.
But they try to do the show without him. And then Benjamin is trying to steal Cassandra.
Yeah, Cassandra's the girlfriend, by the way. Wayne's girlfriend.
The new girlfriend.
Not
the old one. Not Stacy.
The new girlfriend.
New. So yeah, that's his goal. Benjamin's trying to destroy the show now to make money off of it. He's trying to steal Cassandra and make a music video with her with a big old snake. That's in this one, right? It's on the second one. It's in this one. We've had this discussion twice now.
Yep.
Is that the first one or the second one? And then the guy who owns the channel, the thing, Big Tex or whatever his name is, you know what I'm talking about at the end?
Yeah.
He comes in and saves the day, and they get to keep their show. And Benjamin is gone. That's the plot of this movie, is Big Bad Benjamin dupes them into signing their show away.
And then Cassandra does a spot on Wayne's World.
And she gets noticed by the record producer. That's who it is.
Yeah.
And then she makes it big, and they keep their show.
Beautiful.
And hijinks ensue. And Alice Cooper makes an appearance.
Yeah.
And Feed My Frankenstein's in it.
Milwaukee.
The whale's vagina. I'm just kidding.
So that is a very quick, bad description of this movie.
That's the goal of this, though. But let's break down some of the casts, some of the producers, some of the directors. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
So obviously we've talked about Mike Myers and Dana Carvey and Rob Lowe. So Mike Myers is Wayne, Dana Carvey Garth, Rob Lowe is Benjamin, Tia Carrera, Cassandra, Brian Doyle Murray as Noah Vanderhoff. Sphincter says what?
What?
Laura Flynn Boyle as Stacy. And that's the main top cast. We got Kurt Fuller as Russell. some of these people might be a little problematic nowadays. I don't know. So we're just gonna Meatloaf makes an appearance in this. He's the
Wow.
bouncer at Groundworks.
What?
And then
But I won't do that.
let's go over some. Director of this is Penelope Spheris.
Whoa, never heard that name.
She also directed the Beverly Hillbillies, The Little Rascals, some other movies on the list. I should have wrote down some movies. Those are the notable ones, though, right?
Wow.
Suburbia, The Beverly Hillbillies, Little Rascals. So fun stuff there. Writers, it was written by Mike Myers with Bonnie Turner and Terry Turner. Don't know what else they've written because I didn't write that shit down because this is the first time we've done this and I should have wrote some things down.
It's okay.
With Lorne Michaels as a producer. I have some reviews from IMDb. So on IMDb, it's got a 7 out of 10. Pretty high.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty high on the score. Meta score is 57. So kind of in the middle there.
Metascore?
Yeah, from Metacritic.
Mm-hmm.
Let's check out some of these user reviews.
Well, y'all's are haters.
Mike and the Mirthmobile. This one's from 2004. It's an 8 out of 10. The cultural references of Wayne's World may date it a bit, but the nature and personality of its humor set it apart. This is a kind of naive benevolence and boundless joy which makes this movie so lovable. The worst movie I've ever seen. Not. This one's from 2003. Wayne's World is actually one of the best SNL-inspired comedies ever made. Mike Myers and Dana Carvey are way cool as Wayne and Garth, and it's just shameful that this movie contains mostly wasted music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. If monkeys fly out of my butt, I think the music here is excellent. Tia Carrere is hot as Wayne's love interest, and Rob Lowe does a fine job as a con artist who buys Wayne and Garth's show. Believe me, it is worthy. That's a 7 out of 10. Have some Letterboxd ones because Letterboxd peeps go freaking crazy, you know. So some Wayne's World reviews from Letterboxd once it wants to pull it up. Garth low-key builds a robot in this movie, and we don't talk about that enough. If people who don't like this movie were an ice cream flavor, they'd be pralines and dick. Why is it that if a man kills another man in battle, it's called heroic? Yet if he kills a man in the heat of passion, it's called murder. They're all just quoting this movie in the reviews here. I never knew my life needed singing Bohemian Rhapsody with 200 drunk strangers at a midnight screening. Yeah. I once thought I had mono for an entire year. It turned out I was just really bored. Someone gave this movie 0 stars and said, but actually same. Yeah, they said they were bored because of this movie. And one more, going to do all my ad sponsorships like this from now on. So those are some reviews from Letterboxd. On Letterboxd, the main scores for this one is right in the middle, 3.6, which is still higher because they only do a scale of 5.
Nice.
Yeah, so good times there. Juan, you had some fun facts about this movie because you know everything about this movie.
I do have some fun facts.
Hit me with them. I want to know what these fun facts are.
So, did you know that Wayne's World was one of the first SNL adaptations that proved those characters could actually carry a film?
Yes.
You knew that?
Mm-hmm.
What are some other movies that were SNL adaptations that are now movies?
You didn't tell me this was a quiz.
It's not. I'm just, I was going to tell you, but you knew, so I want to know.
Well, there was
some other movies.
Superstar.
MacGruber. Okay, MacGruber.
Which is a good one. It's a great one.
That's not on my list,
it's
but
a
yeah.
good one.
Mm-hmm.
There's this one called Pat, which is what stopped SNL from making movies until MacGruber.
Mm-hmm.
There's more, huh? There's more on this list that were based on SNL skits.
Yep.
It's Wayne's World, Superstar.
Coneheads.
Oh, I forgot about Coneheads.
Tommy Boy
was an SNL sketch.
Uh-huh.
I thought it was just by SNL alums. Keep going.
Anchorman.
Weird. Okay.
Ron Burgundy.
Yeah,
he did it on SNL first.
Was it on like the Weekend Update?
I'm not sure.
Anyways, that's fun. That's a good fun fact. What else you got?
Did you know that Wayne's World was Chris Farley's first on-screen appearance in a movie?
No, that's fun.
Yeah.
And what they're gonna do is they're gonna drive all the way back here. He had a lot of information.
Yeah. Let's see here.
He also makes an appearance in the second movie.
He does? I can't remember
He's
now.
like a roadie or like a stagehand.
Did you know that Garth's origin, the character of Garth, was modeled on Dana Carvey's brother, Brad?
I didn't know that, but that's a fun fact.
Yeah.
Wayne's outside? Thanks, girl.
Dana Carvey actually played the drums himself during the music shop scene.
You told me this way back in the day.
Way back in the day. I was like, he actually played that.
Yeah, I think every time we watch it, you say
he actually played that.
It's like all of us with the Lord of the Rings. Like Aragorn actually broke his foot.
He actually broke his toe. Producer Lorne Michaels preferred Welcome to the Jungle by Guns N' Roses instead of Queen.
Wrong.
And Mike Myers insisted they had Queen.
Good. I can't imagine that scene with Welcome to the Jungle. Like that, the vibe of that song is not fun and games.
Yeah.
Even though they say fun and games in the song.
In the song, just because they want you to have fun and games doesn't mean that it is fun and games.
But like Welcome to the Jungle, I'm like picturing like crimes. You know, like I'm pretty sure they use that in a Grand Theft Auto trailer and it works well there. Doesn't work well in this moment.
I think with the ups and downs of Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, because they
as
match.
Far as, the whole 6-minute song. We get a 6-minute scene with the entire song.
Not the entire song, right?
Basically.
A good chunk of
Pretty
it.
damn close.
Yeah.
It has its ups and downs.
Yeah.
And so do the characters. When they're like dancing to it, they're headbanging, they're doing. One guy's about to throw up in the back seat.
If you're gonna spew
into this.
I'm here to spew just quotes from this movie.
Did you know that Dana Carvey did not actually know all the lyrics to Bohemian Rhapsody during filming?
You can tell. They all at the slow part, and they're like,
So, the majority of this movie's script was not used.
I could imagine that.
So
I can imagine they were just trying to make each other laugh.
So many of the movie's most iconic lines and scenes were improvised or taken directly from the SNL sketches.
Yeah, I could see that.
So it was either an SNL sketch already or completely improvised.
Tell me about your favorite improvised scene in this. Because you tell me every time we watch it too.
When they're sitting on the car and they're looking up at the sky and he's like, when Bugs Bunny is dressed up like a girl bunny, did you ever find her attractive?
What? No.
Oh,
and he just starts cracking up.
Yeah. That is the best.
Every time we watch
the funniest improvised line I've ever watched.
Because I'm pretty sure they were just setting up a shot for
yeah,
Mike Myers.
It wasn't even in the movie at all.
Yeah, they were just setting up shots and he says it and cracks Mike Myers up.
That's a real laugh.
Yeah.
A real laugh. That's a real moment right there. But yeah, I mean, that's like the majority. I have one more. It's Stairway Denied.
Stairway. No stairway.
The music shop scene where Wayne plays Stairway to Heaven was originally going to be a different song, but they couldn't get the rights.
Also, I heard that for the longest time, he starts playing Stairway to Heaven in the original, but they had to change it because they couldn't use it anymore until recently.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's Stairway again.
Oh, denied. So, Brendan.
Juan.
Those are all my fun facts. Fun facts.
They were pretty fun facts.
I love this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I will watch it over and over and over. And it's like, even if I don't watch this movie for years, I can still quote it.
Yeah.
Or I can still talk about it or make a joke about it or
think about it. It's in your head. Anytime Bohemian Rhapsody plays anywhere in your life, you think of this movie.
Yes.
And we're not the only ones.
I even dream about it.
I am like, we quoted last episode. I ruined your quote of Garth.
That was a haiku.
I ruined it. I ruined that moment for you. And when I heard it show up today, I was like, I really took that moment from you. But like we quote something about this movie all the time.
Yeah.
And I think even like an episode we did recently with Kevin, we talked about the music of this movie because it's that iconic.
Yeah.
Right. Like Tia Carrere's songs, like Crucial Taunt in this, like they play some banger covers, you know? Like
yeah.
I'm not sure if it was actually her singing.
I don't know. I mean, it kind of sounds like her, but if it is or isn't, I mean, if it is, she should have freaking toured and freaking
recorded some music, dude.
Done that whole thing.
But regardless, the band sounds great. All the songs they have throughout the movie are great. This movie is funny. Like it is slapstick comedy without slapstick. You know what I mean? Like they're not slapping each other around that much. They're beating each other up with their words in like a fun, playful way, right? Like you can tell they had fun. Again, I feel like this movie is just made up of a bunch of jokes thrown together, and it works. All the way down to the Scooby-Doo ending. You know, like it just, if it didn't end that way, I would expect I don't know what I could expect. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think this movie is stupid in all the right ways. And if it was any smarter, it would suck.
Yeah.
It is just enjoyment from start to finish. Like there's not a dull moment in this movie.
I don't think this movie was meant to be taken seriously at all.
No. And I think that works well for this type of comedy.
Yeah, for sure.
You got more? You got more to say?
No, nope, I definitely don't.
So now the next segment that we're going to be doing is the good, the bad, or the WTF, which is kind of loosely based on an award that we had for the now retired Golden Couches, which only lasted 2 episodes. So in this, we talk about find a redeeming thing, something that ruins the movie, or something that's so crazy that it either works really well or doesn't. So like so crazy that it just works. Right. So do you have any, I think the movie doesn't need redeeming. I think the movie's great. There's not a single moment where I'm like, this could be better.
Yeah.
One ridiculous thing that I want to point out, because I also don't think there's that much damning about this movie. Like nothing really sends it straight to the bottom of the bin for me. But a ridiculous thing for me, something that I love that Mike Myers does and has continued to do in a lot of his solo movies is the subtitle gag. Like when Wayne and Cassandra are talking on the roof and he says like 2 words in Cantonese. Is that what he's speaking?
Yeah.
And then they're just sitting there like looking around, and then he nods and they keep the conversation going. I'm like, that is some of the funniest jokes to me. And I love that they got even crazier and more ridiculous in like Austin Powers and stuff, right? Where there's like things blocking the words and he, you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
So that's a ridiculous thing in the movie that is so ridiculous that it would not work in any other comedy other than a Mike Myers movie.
Yeah.
And then his crazy girlfriend.
Right.
Stacy is like, first off, she kind of hot. But then there's the hot and crazy scale we got to take into consideration. And she's crazy as heck.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, but without that crazy girlfriend aspect, it takes away from him and Cassandra.
Yeah. So a ridiculous part for me is Garth building a robot.
Yeah.
And Garth having all this high-tech gear that he built, but there's zero explanation on it. Zero.
Yeah, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know, but does it need to be explained? No, because it's up to like your perception of the character, and you're like, wait, we got this really shy, really mousy dude.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on up there? Obviously, he's got other plans,
You know
right?
what it is?
What?
He's autistic.
He's autistic.
Yeah. It makes perfect sense, right? Like he really loves metal music and playing the drums. Doesn't want to interact with other people. Super effing smart.
Crazy.
Smart.
No, like that's crazy.
that we came to that conclusion.
That's crazy.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I mean, we're all on the spectrum a little bit here or there.
Right.
But I mean, that's what it is. He's just a savant when it comes to this stuff.
I see.
He's very technical, and I think that's why he plays the drums.
I love that there is no explanation to it though, because or like we see him beat the shit out of a robot arm, and then that's it.
The scene's over.
The scene is over, and it's crazy, and it's ridiculous, and it just adds like that little like WTF flair to the scene, like, and that makes it funnier.
Yeah. So the next segment we have is the what went wrong. Can you think of anything that has to do with writing, acting, tone, or logic other than Garth being really smart out of nowhere for no reason? Anything that went wrong in this movie?
I think for what it is, no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Like, I think if we're going to be critics about it, like, a lot of things went wrong, but that was
the movie
done on purpose, right?
The script, the bare bones script said so.
That's what it was supposed to be. So I don't really see anything that stands out to me, you know.
Yeah. I think logic wise, the entire movie doesn't make sense. But from a writing aspect, I'm really not sure how this movie actually ends. What is the ending they stick with? Right? Like, what's the real ending?
Yeah.
But also, I don't care.
Right.
Like, I'm so happy with it. I think a lot of the what went wrong segment that we have is just going to be there for movies that are bad.
Yeah, sure.
And this movie is bad on purpose.
In the best ways.
Yeah, like it's a good bad movie.
Right.
Because it's not Jurassic Park or what was your number one?
Lord of the Rings.
It's not Lord of the Rings, right? But it's like, if you had 2 hours, are you going to watch Lord of the Rings or are you going to watch Wayne's World?
What do you mean?
Like, if it was, you're like, I got to go to bed in an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours.
Oh, I'm going to watch Wayne's World.
Right, because it's a chill, comforting movie.
Yeah, and it's like not a movie that you have to watch through and through, you know?
If you
like,
got to get up to pee, you got to make a snack.
It's cool.
Yeah.
You got to go to bed, you fall asleep, the TV keeps playing,
and you're done.
And then you got 40 movies watched in your watch list because you didn't turn the TV off or put a timer when you went to bed.
Yeah, and you didn't turn autoplay off.
I've never done that.
I've done it multiple times.
I've never done that.
I'm trying to get in the habit of turning my sleep timer on when I go to bed.
Yeah.
All right, Juan. So we're at the end of the episode. End of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
We have our final verdict.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a little scale here, kind of, that it's going to determine all these movies that we watch for the first time or rewatch.
Mm-hmm.
So starting from the bottom, we have cinematic crime scene. So a movie so bad that we never want to watch it again.
Mm-hmm.
Actively bad. A bad movie. Maybe it has something redeeming about it. Nostalgia trip. That's a movie that is just fun, solely on nostalgia, but it doesn't hold up anymore. A watchable movie. That's it. You're like, yeah,
pretty average.
Actually solid.
Mm-hmm.
Or a guilty pleasure. And guilty pleasure, we're real loose on these because you and me have talked guilty pleasures in the past, and we don't have a lot.
Yeah.
Right? But based on movies that we have seen from the past, where does this fall for you?
For me?
Yeah.
I would put it under guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
I would call it a guilty pleasure. Mm-hmm. I would say that this movie is not for everybody.
Right.
And I absolutely hands down love this movie. So I'm going to put it in the guilty pleasure category.
Nice. I'm putting it in actually solid.
Okay.
The reason for this is that I don't know many people who don't like this movie, and I'm not ashamed to love this movie.
Right.
I will quote it in front of people and they'll get it or they won't get it, and that's okay with me. So yeah, I think that's where I'm going to put it. Do you have a score out of 10 that you'd like to give this? We have to be harsh with our scores out of 10. Because this is going to determine the ultimate BJ in the morning. Oh shit, I already forgot the name of the list.
The ultimate BJ in the morning movie watching list.
I was close. I was on the way.
Right?
Yeah, something like that. Do you have an out of 10 score for this movie, Juan?
The BJ in the morning ultimate movie watch list. Whatever. We're being harsh with the movie, and it's silly, and it's kind of all over the place, and it's really funny, but it's like not necessarily a great movie. I'll give it a 5.5.
5.5.
5.5 out of 10.
It's pretty solid, dude. It's pretty solid. I think for me, this movie, 5.5 is a good score. I would pick this movie over a lot of movies. But nothing over my list of like favorite movies of all time that we just talked about on the last episode. And I think I would have to give it, like being really harsh, really critic about it. This movie's not good. It is just good. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna give it a 5. I'm gonna give it a 5.
Okay.
This is like a benchmark, middle of the road movie. Like this is something that I would be down to watch with my parents and like my kids. You know what I mean? Like it's something for everyone.
Yeah.
But I feel like it is so open about being just a silly movie that it can't hold a torch to something like Lord of the Rings or Jurassic Park or Interstellar, right? But I think a 5 is still pretty good for this movie, you know? So that's where I'm at.
Yeah, all right. We're pretty spot on with each other's opinions here.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Anything else you want to say about this movie before we call the end of this episode of 1992 and Wayne's World?
I think that if you haven't seen Wayne's World, you should watch it. But do not have high expectations on this movie because it is going to be silly. It is going to be all over the place. It is freaking Mike Myers of all people. When's the last time you saw him do a cohesive, not necessarily serious, but like serious movie?
Well, he tried the Pentaverate, which came out during like 2020, and I couldn't even finish it. But it was like a show, I think, on Netflix or something based on a joke from So I Married an Axe Murderer. Because the dad in that movie is always talking about the Pentaverate and the 5 billionaires who run the world, and he's so pissed off about them, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Mike Myers hasn't really been doing a lot lately except making cameos in like Inglourious Bastards, or the Shrek movies, right? Is he still doing the Shrek movies, or did they find someone who sounds like him now? Because they're on Shrek 5?
The one they're making now, I'm pretty sure it's Mike Myers.
I mean, that's cool. Good for him. I'm glad he's still doing stuff. We're still waiting on the next Austin Powers movie. But yeah, Wayne's World is so 90s that it's not even funny. There's no way that this can be confused for any other time period. It is a quintessential 90s movie.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to live the nostalgia of the 90s, this movie fits in perfectly for that. If you're having a 90s themed party, which apparently the 90s were long ago enough that they are having 90s themed parties now and 2000 themed parties, right? Because we're old. But yeah, this movie is perfect for the background of like a any kind of party, honestly. But also it's fun to sit there and like turn it on while you're doing chores or playing Mario on your Switch or some bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like listening to it in your car on the drive to the studio, because it just works. That's that kind of movie that just works.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Sweet. Thank you so much for listening to our episode of a movie we have seen from 1992. I'm not sure the order in which these episodes are coming out, even though we just talked about them before recording this, but
this one's coming out first.
This one's coming out first?
I'm making a decision.
Proud of you.
Thanks.
So next week on the pod, we are talking about a movie we haven't seen from 1992. Juan, tell them what we watched.
We watched, drum roll
Thanks.
please,
I like
Drum
to play.
roll sound.
A Few Good Men. Now, you might be thinking, you haven't seen that?
That's exactly why we did the episode. So come back next week.
And we'll tell you our thoughts.
We'll tell you the truth.
We'll tell you our thoughts on this movie.
So be sure, if you're listening on any of your favorite podcast listening apps, that you are following and subscribed or hit the heart button or the plus button, so you can follow us on any of your podcast listening apps. BJ in the Morning Podcast, TikTok, Instagram at
BJ in the Morning _.
So go like some clips. Send us DMs about your favorite movies.
Yeah.
And if you want to watch us,
Be our friend, please.
Please, we need 'em.
Please, be our friend.
If you ever want to come be on the show and talk about your favorite movie, that's the way to get in touch with us, is Instagram direct message.
And if you have our numbers, don't text us because we won't respond.
Probably not. We're probably playing Arc Raiders. And then be sure, if you want to see our beautiful faces, you go over to YouTube at
BJ in the Morning Podcast,
where you can subscribe to the channel, get those subscriber numbers up because it helps us out a lot. Like the video, share it with your friends, comment down below your favorite movies. Tell us what you thought about Wayne's World. We're excited to hear from you guys.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the episode. Juan, should we do another ending? Scooby-Doo ending? We don't actually have another ending.
Sorry,
but
we teased you.
We had to do it. So thank you for listening to this week's episode of BJ in the Morning. My name's Brendan.
And I'm Juan.
And Juan, what do we say?
We'll talk to you next time.